Good morning, everybody. It's the type of game every young player dreams of. The night where it feels like you're shooting the ball into an ocean. And for Brandon Paul, Tuesday was his night. The Illini knew it would be a challenge. Their toughest opponent of the season, the 5th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. And the Illini, well, they would be up for it in a game that Champaign-Urbana will be talking about for days. Jared Sullinger and the Ohio State Buckeyes coming into Champaign. Thad Matta and Bruce Weber with a handshake before the game. They'd have a lot to talk about after this one. Early on, it'd be the Illini's big man, Myers Leonard, making the first statement with a bucket down low over Sullinger. And then the Illini, well, they would flash a little defense here. William Buford going in for the layup. Brandon Paul says absolutely not. That's not the last you'll hear from Paul, but Buford would have a response. Driving down the lane, a little hesitation, gets the bank. I guess it's open on Tuesday nights. Buford with the bucket there. But the Illini would respond. Joseph Bertrand averaging 15 points a game over his last 5. He'd have double digits once again in this one there with the bucket. But then off the turnover, it's Buford once again. No block on this one. He'll soar in for the lay-in. And then it would be the Jared Sullinger show. Sullinger with the bucket down low over Myers Leonard. Then Sullinger with the jump shot. He would finish with 21 points and 8 rebounds in this game. But just before halftime, well, Myers Leonard, he finds Brandon Paul for the corner three. And Brandon Paul with a corner three, well, you'll hear a lot about that. Illinois would trail at 39-34 at the half. In the second half, it became the Brandon Paul show. 3 after 3 after 3. Paul would finish 8 of 10 from beyond the arc on his record night. But Ohio State, they would keep this one close here. It's Deshaun Thomas with the bucket down low. Illinois clinging on to a 71-7 lead with just under a minute remaining. And who else? Brandon Paul with the three, the contested jumper. Illinois takes a 4-point lead at this point. Sullinger trying to answer. Paul with the block. He would have 43 points in this game, the 3rd highest point total in Illinois history, just behind Andy Kaufman in 1990 against Wisconsin-Milwaukee and Dave Downey against Indiana in 1963. Paul's parents would be incredibly proud to be there in person to see this one. And the Illini with their biggest upset of the year, beating number 5 ranked Ohio State 79-74. Brandon Paul, 43 points, 8 rebounds in the game. Myers Leonard, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Jared Sullinger limited to just 21 points in the game. And with the victory, Illinois moves to 4-1 in the Big Ten and 15-3 overall.
Coach Weber texted me before the game. He told me, be special tonight. This is my time. And, I texted him back like, yes, coach, and stuff like that. So, I just came out and played. Teammates had faith, and we just got the win.
I just thought, hey, give them some encouragement. And sometimes you can, maybe convince somebody that that they'll be okay. So it was a good text, I guess, because he said, yes, sir, and he listened to me, and that first time since he's been here, he actually obeyed me. So.
And at halftime of last night's game, legendary coach Lou Henson was inducted into the Honored Coaches Program. Athletic Director Mike Thomas honored Henson with a banner that will hang from the rafters at Assembly Hall. Henson celebrating his 80th birthday yesterday as the winningest coach in school history with 423 victories over his illustrious 21-year career at Illinois, including 12 NCAA tournament appearances, capped off by a 1989 Final Four berth.
Well, when they put that banner up, I've already thought about it. The first thing that comes to mind is the tremendous players that we've had throughout the years. You win with players, and coaching enters into it, but most of it is having the people on the floor that can do the job. In the 21 years I was here, we had a lot of good ones. Not only talented, but they were good people.
And while it was a busy night for Illini basketball, high school hoops were also going on around the region. Monticello taking on Clinton High School. And the cheerleaders in this one, they would try and get Monticello off to a good start. But here, it's Jacob Rockhold with the putback. A bit of a nice bounce there for Clinton. A timeout early by Coach Kevin Roy. And the Sages, they would respond well. Here, off the miss, getting his own rebound. Great effort by Nick Stakowski. And then off the turnover on the fast break, it would be Ryan Donahue with the lay-in. Monticello pulls out the home victory over Clinton by a final score of 63-47. And we'll stick with basketball, why don't we? We'll move to the association, where it would be Derrick Rose, the 2010-2011 MVP. Well, he'd be looking for a win on back-to-back nights as he led the Bulls up to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. Here, Rose, a nice lefty layup in the lane. And then it would be the Bulls answering once again as Rose here with the three, the MVP. Just too much in this game for Minnesota. A nice alley-oop coming here off the block. Ricky Rubio would find Anthony Randolph, but the Bulls just too much in this one. They would beat Minnesota to move to 9-2 on the season, winning 111-100. And one final note, the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-2, but ultimately last night it was all about the Illini. An impressive home win against a top 5 opponent. It's sure to be the water cooler talk around town today, and that's it for sports. Have a great day, everybody.